Welcome back, cupcakes. Today I am doing this Demogorgon mask tutorial. Let's get into the video. We're starting off by making the shape of the petals first. Some of them I've already pre-shapen so I could see how far I wanted them to extend from my head. So you're just gonna look in the mirror and shape the petals coming off of your head and how far off that you want them to come. I am just shaping this wire to match the one that I've already created, and I'm leaving about 2 inches from the end of like the petal, and then there's kind of like a little stem almost off of that. Well, that little stem piece, you're going to fold that and it's going to be like a little flap for you to connect to the side of your face cast, if that makes sense, and you'll see later on. Next, you're going to take some masking tape and you're going to wrap that around each of the petals. I did about 2 layers, making it as strong as possible but still trying to keep it as lightweight. Whip out that beautiful face cast and we're going to put some plastiline clay over the eyes, nose, and mouth. That way we can see, breathe, and kind of taste out of the mask. What I'm doing here is I'm going to take duct tape and make a very thick band of duct tape to create a circle that's going to go in the center of the Demogorgon's face so that it will kind of give the illusion of it elongating the throat of the Demogorgon. Once I get that band kind of in a circle form that I want, I'm just going to duct tape it into the circle and then duct tape that circle to the face cast so that it has stability on that face cast. Here I have all of the petals all masked up, masking taped up. And on some of them, I did start to duct tape it just so I can see what it's going to look like before I add the liquid latex on it. And I am kind of showing you that I have the little flap bit like folded over. And some of them, if the wire was exposed, I just put some duct tape over that wire. Starting with our first petal, I've already pre-mixed some liquid latex paste and I just put a little bit of red food coloring in it to give this kind of pinkish red color. I am going to lay down a very thin layer of liquid latex. Try to keep it as thin as possible so that it keeps the mask as lightweight as possible. And then with liquid latex on my finger, I'm just going to smooth this all out. When I looked at the image of the Demogorgon, there's kind of a couple different shades inside of the mouth just to kind of give a different like gum line inside of it. So what I'm going to do with the leftover liquid latex that I have, I'm going to add a little bit of red and blue and a little bit of black food coloring to it to give it a darker shade. Mix that all up, and then I'm just taking the fork and brushing it into the liquid latex that we've already laid down. Trying not to really blend it into it so that it can really keep the dimension that is there. Then you'll just take some liquid latex and try to smooth out some of that gum line with your finger. Some of that texture is still pretty cool to leave in there as well, so try not to kind of flatten it. We're gonna add the teeth, and for this, all I did was look at the reference photo, just tried to keep it as close to the reference picture as possible, and then just also did my own thing. And you're going to repeat this entire process on all of the petals, and we'll meet back. Once you have them all covered with liquid latex and the teeth added onto them, the flap was already kind of folded over before I put the liquid latex on, so all I'm doing is just duct taping the flap to that duct taped circle that I created. Once you have all the petals taped on, we're going to work on the center of the face. I made some liquid latex paste and I made this one darker with more black, blue, and red food coloring. I'm going to put that all over in the inside of that face cast, and then I'm going to make sure I leave holes for the eyes, nose, and mouth. Then you'll take your liquid latex on your finger or whatever tool you'd like to use and make sure to get that all nice and smoothed out. Then you're gonna whip up another batch of some liquid latex paste, red this time, and we're just gonna try to blend the throat into the petals now. With some more, you guessed it, liquid latex on your finger and blend it all out. And now you're gonna start adding in your teeths. I did look at the reference photo at first, and then I just kind of went off on my own after that. Then we're gonna take out some Model Magic and make kind of like a little snake and add this border around the Demogorgon petals with just some liquid latex that I'm laying down and then just putting down that little strip I got. And I painted all of the teeth using the Necromania palette from Skin Illustrator, and I only used the bone shade to cover all of the teeth. That took a long time. I'm going to color the border that I made on that Demogorgon with a pink body paint. After drying, the mask ended up being pretty heavy, so to reinforce the mask to the base, I just took some plaster wraps and I wrapped the mask with that. It's not featured in this video because I did not take a video of it, unfortunately, but you're just going to wrap those plaster wraps around the base and just do about 1 to 2 wraps so that you're not doing it too heavy. And then in this video, what I'm doing is I'm just taking liquid latex paste and I'm covering the plaster wraps and pretty much like the whole border of the base that I put, just to make it as nice and smooth. And now I release it from its prison of my face cast. I'm just taking some translucent powder and I'm powdering around the edge of this mask. And in order to really get the face cast off of the mask or vice versa, what I had to do is I actually had to like hold my plaster cast like upside down and then try to like rip it off from there. But try your best to get as much of the liquid latex mask like pulled up as possible before you flip it over so that you don't have to try to hold it upside down for too long. Now I'm going to apply the mask and I'll be back. I applied the mask to my face and I already did my body in another tutorial for my closed mouth Demogorgon, so you can check that out. And here is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.